All right, welcome guys. Today we're outside of Bangkok, about an hour and a half or so. We're over at Wat Bang Kung, I think is how you say it. Anyway, this is a small little temple that has a lot of importance for the Thai people. And it's mainly back into the time when Bangkok was not the kingdom, it was Ayutthaya and the Thonburi Kingdom, or they were the capitals. So anyway, there was a couple battles fought in here between the Thais and the Burmese. And then there's a temple that's kind of sacred to them. It's been overgrown with some different trees. So let me show you around and let's take a look. So I believe this is a little statue for Taksin the Great, who was the king of the Thonburi Kingdom, which the only king that was in that era. And it was after the capital was moved from Ayutthaya to Thonburi, and then later the next king moved it to Bangkok. Anyway, this little temple, there's a few little buildings, but the main one is one Ordination Hall that has the trees growing on it. That's why everybody comes over. And if you look around, there's all kinds of little statues of guys fighting, cannons, and then there's a wall built around here. So anyway, what the story is of this temple is that the king of Ayutthaya, and it was like in 1765 or so, the Burmese were attacking Ayutthaya, and he had an outpost over here, and he had some troops set up, and the Burmese followed the Maeklong River down, and they found a camp, and they attacked the Thais, and they destroyed the Thai army that was over here. So the Burmese eventually captured Ayutthaya, and then a couple years later, Taksin was the king of Thailand, and he ordered the Chinese from Thonburi and a couple other places to come over here and set up a camp at the same spot. And he ordered a wall built around it, and so then the Burmese followed the river and they found the camp again, and they were attacking, and the Chinese were being defeated, but Taksin found out about the battle and he joined in the fight and he defeated the Burmese army. And it's like a turning point in the Thai history. So whenever Taksin defeated the Burmese, defeated them, and they were no longer able to capture Thailand. So it's kind of one of those things. It was a battle that kept Thailand independent instead of becoming part of Burma. So here is the temple itself. Now inside there's no photography allowed. You can't take any pictures inside. But you can see that the whole building is basically just a tree now. The tree is totally taken over, and it's quite amazing. So the building actually can't support itself anymore. So if the trees were cut down, the building would collapse. And you can see the windows here and just the amount of vegetation on the temple itself. It's quite amazing. So you can see down here they have the little marker stones, and that's all around here. And I guess there's 4 different types of trees. There's the hang or the lampang tree. That's this one right here. And there's like a Bodhi tree and a couple others that are entwined in this building. You can see people go up and they put the gold on it, and then you can see the murals up on the wall. Yeah, so you can see how the roots have grown right through the roof and all down the wall. And all the murals are images of the life of the Buddha. And you can climb around the Buddha and put the gold leaf on it from the back. And so everybody's in here making merit and praying. Okay, so this is what it says. It says it's the Po, the Sai, the Krai, and the Krang trees. These are the 4 that grow here. So these trees are like 200 years old, and they go 25 meters high. And whenever Taksin defeated the Burmese, that was in 1774. So he was 9 years after the first battle where the Burmese defeated the Ayutthaya king. We have some people out playing some Thai music. The xylophone. That's an interesting instrument that he's playing there. It kind of looks like a hammer with a couple strings on it, and you play it like a violin. And you can see the side of the Buddha right here through the window, and people are coming down the stairs. And they have a couple more shrines and stuff around this. And there's another prayer hall on the other side, but this is the one that's the historical site. So the back side is pretty much the only part of the building that you can actually see. And you can still see the plaster up there, the artwork that they have in it. And then you can see some of the decaying wood. And then right out here next to it is on the back side is a couple little shrines, and people can come over here and do the rattling of the sticks. And this is the shrine. It's all in Thai, so I can't tell you about what this shrine is about. And then the other side. So this was declared a Thai historical site, I think in like 1996. And as you can see by the amount of people that's around it, it's really a popular destination for the Thais to come over, since it is part of their history and it's really important. And then you have the marker stones over on this side also. And then you can see up in the window. Just quite amazing how the jungle can take over everything. So out front they have a Buddha statue. Everybody's out here burning the joe sticks and making merit. And then there's some monks that are over here. You can get the water blessing and have them tie the string. So this is quite a big area. There's like a petting zoo and stuff like that, and then it goes over to the river from here. And there's nothing really too interesting over there. You can go down the Maeklong River, and you can actually take a tour from the Amphoe floating market to get over here also. Okay, so they have a big hall over here. This is still a working temple, even though it's got the historical site. They have a monk here that's making some blessings. And then they have a Buddha. So over here on this part of the grounds, they have this little monument. Not exactly sure what it says because it's all in Thai. But it's probably something to King Taksin from like the Chinese fighters. And over here, they have a little shrine for the Chinese. So let's take a look at it. All right, so here it is. You got all the little roosters and stuff. People come in here and leave the weapons behind, and they can make their blessings. Pretty simple, but important to them. And here's the front of that little Chinese shrine. Okay, so there's a little road that separates this part of it from the other part of the camp. So over here, they just have some random stuff. They have a petting zoo, they have some planes, and then they have some of the, like the monk quarters and all of that, and a few places to get some food down on the river, and then things you can do to buy to feed the fish. Down here, this is the Maeklong River. A little bit of windy down here, and you can see the fort that they have built. All right, guys, so that finishes up our tour of the Bang Kung camp and temple. That was pretty cool. I really like that temple with the trees growing around it. Other than that, there's a lot of history to this for the Thais, and you know, it was the site of two important battles, and the last battle with King Taksin the Great, you know, kind of determined on Thailand's independence or not from the Burmese. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure you click like and share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you want to know something more, or if you have any comments, leave me a comment down below. And if you want me to see something different, tell me that also. Leave me a comment down below, say, hey, go see this or go do that, and I'll do my best to make a video of it if it's possible. And anyway, guys, remember, life is a journey, so enjoy.